Doom, 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 doom. I'm a little bit off today. No, just so welcome back, you Inglorious Bastards and Magnificent Bitches. It is I, Dr. Mo, and we're back for my thought of the day. And I just want to talk a little bit about, there's a scene going around the internet about, there's planned protests in every capital up until the 20th, and then the inauguration protest to protest Joe Biden's inaugurations. Now, I'm going to start with this. I don't think peaceful protest is going to fix this mess. I think we're way beyond that. I think we need a new Continental Congress and open rebellion and more. I don't think there's a peaceful solution to this. We're not having the national conversation. Nobody wants to have the national conversation, and war is going to be our only option. I mean, this is just, it is what it is. It's sad that we're here, but we're here. The internet's filled with people that don't want to, like, accept that. They're like, oh, well, then do that, and they take our guns. It's like they're coming for our guns anyway. They said as much. Oh, yeah, then enjoy the economic collapse, military conflicts, and global lockdowns. I was like, the global lockdowns, the economic collapse, and the military conflicts are coming with the Great Reset anyway. All you guys are doing is making excuses. But like it says up here, I think that shit's a trap. Uh, all of those protests. The flyers look like they were made by Soviet Confederates. None of the underground or deep red areas like on of the interwebs even talking about it. Speaking of which, Signal and Telegram you can use to send nice underground messages to people because you're being banned from social media and stuff. So it's been speaking of banning from social media, please like, subscribe, share, leave a review on Spotify and iTunes. Just do anything to help us beat the censorship machine because it's coming down the pipe one by one by one. And the best way to do that is to join the email list and watch everything from our website at www.thatsonpoint.squarespace.com. And we'll send emails out and keep you up to date on all the information that comes out from there. Yeah, in the wake of what's happening and with Joe Biden, people still not happy with it. Apparently, there's armed protests planned for each state capital starting, I don't know, somewhere soon up until the inauguration. I don't trust it. I think we're way beyond peaceful protest fixing anything. I think it's time for us to completely ignore the government, like I've been saying. If you live in a red area or you live in an area, I mean, red, blue, these colors are probably useless. We're just going to use them not as the party definitions, but just because it's easier to explain. So if you live in an area that doesn't like this authoritarian mess, we're going to call you a red area. If you live in an area that wants this authoritarian mess, we're going to call you a blue area. So if you live in a red area, you should be preparing your communities for self-sufficiency and to prepare for like defending the enemy and stuff. Like make it so they can't mess with you no matter what. That you don't need them. They can't cut you off from your supplies or your resources and such. And prepare yourself for long-term survival. If you live in a blue area, it might be time to start a co-aspiring to get ready to pass information to red forces. If you don't know what the co-aspiring is, you can watch Washington Spies on Netflix and the other streaming apps that it might be on, or you can read the book, or you can even actually go into history and learn about Abraham Woodhull, because the books and TV are dramatized, so you can go into history, like the Smithsonian stuff, and learn about Abraham Woodhull. Read Washington's journal and learn about the co-aspiring, because without the co-aspiring, we would not be a country today, and it's a new co-aspiring it's going to be necessary when the war happens, because let's be real, war is coming. There's unavoidable at this point. There's nothing you can do to convince me, unless half the government gets resigned and replaced in the next 2 years, which I don't think is happening, and corporate people start going to prison for treason, and the monopolies start getting broke up. I don't think this is going to happen. I think we're beyond that. I think war is inevitable at this point, and I think we're just deluding ourselves by taking everything. Now is the time to ignore government. Now is the time to stop listening to them. Now is the time to tell them the authority is done. Now is the time to police yourselves. If your police aren't with you, then they need to be fired, and you need to have your own roving militias. You need to prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It's better to be a gardener it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Americans don't seem to have any cojones anymore. I met weaker people that can't fight, that are willing to fight, than some of the people that can fight but aren't willing to fight because they're weak little bitches. But that's just the world we live in. Parla is still down. It probably will be, though they're suing. But we'll get into that. But yeah, that war is coming. War is inevitable. People are like, oh, don't go to armed protests, do things like that because you're going to lose your right to bear arms. You're going to give them the excuse to come for your guns. They're coming for them anyway. Harris said that, like I said. You got to prepare. You got to make sure that you, your families, your communities, the area, you have to have your plan in place. Are you going to be a underground spy network, or are you going to go up into the deep woods and try and ride it out? Are you like, you have to have this plan in place because when shit pops off, you get 72 hours to get to a safe location. Well, you're not getting to a safe location. Remember, you rise to the level of your training. You fall to the level of your training. You don't rise to the level of your expectations. I might have said that wrong, but you get the picture. If you're not prepared, if you're not thinking about this, if you're not putting plans in place, you're going to get caught with your pants down and you're going to get fucked. There's no way about it. You're going to get fucked. And you need to stop bugging me, pup. Just because we're up early doesn't mean we're on a schedule. You're scheduled to go out and steal in a little bit. I love my dog, but sometimes she can be annoying. She's a Siberian Husky, and there's no real training them. They do what they want. You can become a companion, and they'll listen to you and follow you, and you can be their alpha and stuff. But they don't. They they'll still do what they want. But she is irrelevant to what I'm saying. Just prepare. Stay away from these protests. I think they're going to be like the Capitol mess. I think they're drawing Trump supporters to help make it easier, so they can attack and blame Trump supporters. Like left can come in, cause violence, and blame Trump supporters and help the narrative that they're all domestic terrorists. Because that's what they're trying to push. They're trying to put us in camps and stuff and arrest us and shit. And the best way to do that is to label us a domestic terrorist. And the best way to not do that is not feed into their BS. So don't go to that armed protest. Organize your own resistance and actually do something intelligent. I'm just saying.